Oklahoma State having won their last 3 Big 12 home games, now at 3-9.
Gives Cincinnati a little bit more offense, then all of a sudden Cincinnati becomes that much better.
Well, Cincinnati trying to improve the resume, because right now, according to our bracketologist Joe Lenardi, Cincinnati on the outside looking in, first 4 out according to Joe. They need to rack up the wins down the stretch to improve that resume. Got to start here at home against the Cowboys. At Cincinnati at 16-9.
Perfect fit as a coach for the Big 12, because they're about toughness, defense, and rebounding. That is a premium in this league.
Back-to-back turnovers on Oklahoma State.
They were dominated the first 6 ball games in conference. I mean, by an average margin of 20 points there. So that has to be respectable here tonight. And no stick on offense. When Oklahoma State has played well offensively, the ball has moved. So they got to move it. Bodies moving, ball moving, and less dribbling.
Good floater for Simas Lukosius. How about for Cincinnati?
Yeah, we just do him.
But he's a rim protector. Came over to help as Keller was driving baseline. Lukosius running the 2-man game with Dan Skillings at a timeout on the floor as Cincinnati jumps out to a 10-4 lead here early.
Well, rim protection, defense, rebounding is what the Bearcats are all about. But offensively, Bandega over that right shoulder. And then defense on the other end ignites a break. Bearcats bust out here early.
It's been all Brandon Garrison here early. He's up to 8 points.
Yeah, and I think with young players, the best thing that happens when you've been thrown in the fire is you get all these reps. So eventually, the game should start slowing down for you a little bit, and that's what's happening for Garrison. He still has those valleys, but the valleys are shorter.
Simas Lukosius was given just an inch, and he took a mile with that 3-pointer.
Boy, last 5 ball games, he has really been scoring the basketball, especially from long range.
Disruption again. It was Bandego in front of Daly, leading to Skillings in the corner, and a knockdown 3 for Dan Skillings Jr., who has 7 points.
Mostly up and down at times, but he has been consistently good, especially as of late.
Turnover. Good hands by Lukosius. Skillings. Finger roll. He'll go to the line. He is so tough to get around if you're going to drive in the lane against Cincinnati. Lukosius in the corner. 5 in a row for the Bearcats.
Nice little 5-0 run here. You get the drive by Thomas, and then you get the advancing the ball off the floor in the corner to Lukosius. And I think on the shot,
yeah, they called Bandego.
Just think that that's the way it worked. He passed up the 3 in that broken 4 where they had numbers and drove it. That's an intelligent play.
Reynolds with a rim rattler of his own.
Overall from 3-point range.
Wright was feeling it. That one was halfway in the cup before it lipped out. Lukosius thought about lobbing it inside to Bandego, instead took it himself. The right decision.
Yeah, Eric, and you can tell the perimeter players for Cincinnati, when Garrison's out of there, they immediately feel more comfortable attacking that rim. It's a great job of Mike Morton drawing that up, and it throws Cincinnati off guard because you take essentially a 6'1", 6'2" guard and throw the lob in Keller.
Lukosius, 15-footer.
I like that from him because he has such a size advantage to rise over the top and knock that down. We saw him be successful with that a couple of times in the first half, using his size as a big perimeter player.
Lukosius, nearly a turnover there. Cincinnati regroups. Lukosius for 3. Needed it and got it. Simas Lukosius. It's the first 3-pointer of the second half for Cincinnati, and they're within 3.
Boy, he's made some big plays. We've seen him go downhill. We've seen mid-range, and then right there, deep 3. Big bucket. You're down 6. You cut it to 3.
Oklahoma State has 2. Cincinnati's in the bonus. And they also have 2 fouls to give on the defensive end. So now a 1-possession game. Plenty of time. 1:17 to go. Simas Lukosius leading the way for Cincinnati with 17 points on 7 of 14 shooting.
So you're Cincinnati. Eric, you're here at home. You are built on defense and rebound. So pick up full court right here. You get your stop. Trust your defense. Get your stop. One possession games. Be tough, but be solid right here.
So it'll be Newman to inbound. Cincinnati 1 for 7 from 3 in this second half. 5 of 16 overall in the game. Here's Day Thomas.
You got Keon Williams on Lukosius.
Lukosius under the basket, nowhere to go. Skillings bobbled it. Regroups. Up and in, and Cincinnati pulls within 1. Cincinnati down by 3. 17 seconds to go. Day Thomas gets the handoff. Straightaway 3. Missed. Knocked in by John Newman.
And no timeouts for Cincinnati.
8 seconds to go now. Williams inbounding up by 1. And a foul. Send Javon Small back to the free throw line.
What a crazy play that was in terms of the ball going to the basket. Let's take a look right here. There's a miss from Thomas. Looked like Oklahoma. Was that Williams when he hit it?
It was either Williams or Newman. I mean, either way, it wasn't intended to go in the basket, that's for sure. As Newman was just trying to get an offensive rebound. Same situation we were in a moment ago. Now just 7.5 seconds to go in regulation. Again, no timeouts for Cincinnati, so on a miss by Small, Cincinnati's going to have to go.
And so what do you do here if you're Oklahoma State? Typically, coaches, if Small is able to knock this down and you're up 3, coaches will go by feel. But Cincinnati's also in the 1-and-1.
That's correct. Both teams with 8 fouls, and Mike Boynton wants to talk it out. He'll take his final timeout with 7.5 seconds to go, up by 3. Oh, excuse me, I was going to say no Dan Skillings. But Dan Skillings is out there. He's hiding behind Simas Lukosius. James to inbound. Daly guarding him. Here's Day Thomas over the timeline and fouled with 4.2 seconds to go. Thomas still has to make the first one. 1-and-1 for Day Thomas. 2-point game. 4 seconds to go. Now Wes Miller saying you got to miss it. You got to miss it, and you got to tip it. Skillings and Lukosius waiting and ready to shoot the 3 that would give Cincinnati a win if Cincinnati could get the offensive rebound on a Day Thomas missed free throw.
So you get Keller off the line if you're Oklahoma State. So Small and Keller matched up with Lukosius and Skillings.
Off the iron, loose ball picked up by Keller. 2 seconds to go and a foul. And now staring down their first road victory here in the Big 12 this year in a tough place to play against a very stingy Cincinnati team.
And I'll give you an interesting stat that Dave Hunziker, is the voice of Oklahoma State, told us earlier today. He said in Mike Boynton's tenure, after Valentine's Day, Oklahoma State is 21-14 in Big 12 play, which is right around 60%.
They've been able to develop these freshmen. They've gotten more and more comfortable as the season's gone on and have really done a great job of embracing the opportunity. As an intercepted pass will run out the clock. Oklahoma State comes into Fifth Third Arena and wins 80-76 on the road against Cincinnati. In conference with Simas Lukosius leading the way in a losing effort, 17 points for him. We appreciate you joining us here on the Big 12 Now on ESPN. Plus, for my producer, Trevor Toll, I'm Eric Rothman alongside Brendan Manzer saying so long from Cincinnati, where Oklahoma State wins it 80-76 for their first road victory of the Big 12 conference season.